Hey, welcome to another episode of Huddle Up with Mark, the Fund Coach. I'm Mark Duncan, and I want to talk to you today about how to maintain momentum when you are engaging in relationship fundraising. Now, many of you are executive directors of small to mid-sized organizations. You have lots on your plate. You know you need to engage in relationship fundraising. You know you need to get out and meet with people, build relationships, make the case, make the ask, and close the deal. But finding time to do that, I know, can be a challenge. So sometimes your activities come in spurts, right? You may get out on some visits. Maybe that happens for a week or two, and then 3 or 4 weeks go by, and you haven't done anything, or maybe even longer, right? Because you get busy. So I'm going to give you 3 tips that I think are going to be helpful to you to help you not only get into the momentum, but to maintain that momentum so it is sustainable all year long. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you is I'm going to tell you to use a tool that is at your disposal every single day. You look at it every day, and that is your calendar. Use your calendar as your to do list. So, if you're keeping a separate to do list, um, I would advise you to make sure that you're adding the things that you want to get done on your calendar. Makes sense, right? Because if you have a separate to-do list and you have a calendar full of meetings and you have things that you want to get done that day, you're not going to get them done because you don't have time to get them done. You have to make time on your calendar to get them done. So block out, time for you to make calls to donors to set up meetings. Okay. Block out time for you to uh, do the work that you need to do to prep for those calls, whether it's getting materials together or talking to another staff person who's going to help you build this relationship on behalf of the organization. So use your calendar. Your calendar is your friend. Use it to help you create that momentum that you can sustain, and you'll get into a habit where every week, you'll start looking at the next week and thinking about the things that you need to do. Plan for those. Put those on your calendar. Calendars are not just for meetings. Calendars are a great tool for you to plot the things that you want to get done and make sure you have time to do them. Second is I want you to think about trying to do 3 visits a week. So, in other words, meet with 3 donors per week, or do 3 visits a week. And maybe 2 of those visits are with one of those donors. Okay. But you want to get into the habit of making sure you're inviting people into your organization or you're going out into the community to connect with these individuals that have capacity. Just 3 a week, right? And you will find, and you can mark out or plan out specific days that you want to be out of the office, or maybe you can plan for one day. So again, back to using your calendar, you can say on Thursdays, that's going to be my day for visits. And so you mark out that whole day. That's when you try to plug in your visits. Now, that isn't always going to work out with every prospect that you talk to because they're not all going to be available on the same day. But it's still not a bad idea to at least shoot for that. Maybe it's Thursday mornings and Tuesday afternoons are your time for visits, right? And then you can also make sure that you group your visits. So you may have a visit, in the same area, 3 visits in the same area on the same day. Maybe you're meeting somebody for coffee in the morning, lunch, and then maybe a coffee or a drink later that day, right? So you can group them together. Use your calendar and try to make sure that you are scheduling at least 3 visits a week. And I don't say at least, but you can certainly do more. Try to schedule 3 visits a week. And that is perfect in terms of you maintaining that momentum that will lead to sustainable gifts down the road. And finally, use your CRM. your CRM, which is your constituent relationship management system, whatever CRM you're using, use it wisely. Don't just use it to book your gifts that you're getting from small gift donors, but make sure you're using it to help you manage those relationships. So when you are visiting with a donor and you want to summarize what transpired during that call, you're going to write a call report. You're going to put it in the record in your CRM. You're also going to schedule the next step in your CRM. And then you're also going to put that, when you want to get that next step done, on your calendar. And if you've got a really good CRM, your CRM will also populate your calendar with that next step. So use that tool. Your CRM is your fundraising archive. It is your best friend in terms of helping you manage those relationships. It's not just for you to go and say, how much money did we raise this year or this month? It's not just an accounting system for fundraising. It is a system for managing relationships so that you can generate the revenue that you need to generate to grow your mission. Okay. So hopefully these 3 tips will help you maintain momentum. And if you find yourself falling off, right, once you do this, then get back on. It doesn't, don't beat yourself up. Make sure that you get back on track and start getting out on those visits. Make sure you're using your calendar to track all the things that you need to get done, and use your CRM, your constituent relationship management system, to help you manage those relationships. You do all this, you'll be fine, and you will start to see dollars come into your organization in a sustainable way. So as always, fundraising is not about the dollars. It's about what the dollars do for the people that you serve. We'll see you next time. Thanks.